Hola aulladores y bienvenidos a la segunda parte de mi recital de Howl de Allen Ginsberg. El vídeo de ayer me costó más esfuerzo del que debía, especialmente porque el espíritu demoníaco chupasangres de YouTube decidió bloquearlo internacionalmente por unas pequeñas escenas de la película Howl y tuve que volver a subir el vídeo 12 putas veces. Así que os recomiendo que pirateéis con todas vuestras capacidades piratas esta película, porque visto lo visto el dinero se lo están cobrando de mis putos vídeos. Tenía mis dudas con respecto a si valía la pena invertir todo el esfuerzo en seguir cubriendo al señor Ginsberg, especialmente sabiendo que el algoritmo /red neuronal /demonio del noveno infierno de YouTube me condena al ostracismo cada vez que subo algo que no considera lo bastante popular. Pero gracias a los mensajes de apoyo de ayer, de gente que ha descubierto a Ginsberg gracias a mi canal, tengo un poco más de ánimos para seguir peleando. Esta mañana nos hemos despertado con la noticia de la muerte, a los 77 años, del actor de doblaje y rapsoda Pepe Mediavilla, cuyo canal de YouTube es una carta de amor a la poesía. Dejo el enlace en la descripción. Me gustaría dedicar este recital a su memoria. Que en paz descanse.
What sphinx of cement and aluminium bashed open their skulls and ate up their brains and imagination? Moloch, solitude, filth, ugliness, ash cans and unobtainable dollars, children screaming under the stairways, boys sobbing in armies, old men whipping in the parks. Moloch. Moloch. Nightmare of Moloch. Moloch the loveless. Mental Moloch. Moloch the heavy judger of men. Moloch the incomprehensible prison. Moloch the crossbones soulless jailhouse and congress of sorrows. Moloch whose buildings are judgment. Moloch the vast stone of war. Moloch the stunned governments. Moloch whose mind is pure machinery. Moloch whose blood is running money. Moloch whose fingers are 10 armies. Moloch whose breast is a cannibal dynamo. Moloch whose ears is a smoking tomb. Moloch whose eyes are 1,000 blind windows. Moloch whose skyscrapers stand in the long street like endless Jehovahs. Moloch whose factories dream and croak in the fog. Moloch whose smokestacks and antenna crown the cities. Moloch whose love is endless oil and stone. Moloch whose soul is electricity and banks. Moloch whose poverty is the spectre of genius. Moloch whose fate is a cloud of sexless hydrogen. Moloch whose name is the mind. Moloch, in whom I sit lonely. Moloch, in whom I dream angels. Crazy in Moloch, cocksucker in Moloch, lack love and manless in Moloch. Moloch, who entered my soul early. Moloch, in whom I am consciousness without a body. Moloch, who frightened me out of my natural ecstasy. Moloch, whom I abandon. Wake up in Moloch, light streaming out of the sky. Moloch, Moloch, robot apartments, invisible suburbs, skeleton treasuries, blind capitals, demonic industries, spectral nation, invincible madhouses, granite cocks, monstrous bombs. They broke their backs lifting Moloch to heaven. Pavements, trees, radios, batons, lifting the city to heaven which exists and is everywhere about us. Visions, omens, hallucinations, miracles, ecstasies, gone down the American river. Dreams, adorations, illuminations, religions, the whole boatload of sensitive bullshit. Breakthroughs over the river, flips and crucifixions gone down the flood. Highs, epiphanies, despairs, 10 years, animal screams and suicides. Minds, new love, mad generation, down on the rocks of time. Real holy laughter in the river. They saw it all, the wild eyes, the holy yells, the bade farewell. They jumped off the roofs, to solitude, waving, carrying flowers, down to the river, into the street.
Carl Solomon. I'm with you in Rockland, where you're mothered and I am. I'm with you in Rockland, where you must feel very strange. I'm with you in Rockland, where you imitate the shade of my mother. I'm with you in Rockland, where you've murdered your 12 secretaries. I'm with you in Rockland, where you laugh at this invisible humor. I'm with you in Rockland, where we are great writers on the same dreadful typewriter. I'm with you in Rockland, where your condition has become serious and is reported on the radio. I'm with you in Rockland, where the faculties of the skull no longer admit the worms of the senses. I'm with you in Rockland, where you drink the tea of the breast of the spinters of Utica. I'm with you in Rockland, where you pun on the bodies of your nurses, the harpies of the Bronx. I'm with you in Rockland, where you scream in a straitjacket that you're losing the game of the actual ping pong of the abyss. I'm with you in Rockland, where you bang on the catatonic piano. The soul is innocent and immortal. It should never die ungodly in an armed madhouse. I'm with you in Rockland, where 50 more shocks will never return your soul to its body again from its pilgrimage to a cross in the void. I'm with you in Rockland, where you accuse your doctors of insanity and plot the Hebrew socialist revolution against the fascist national Golgotha. I'm with you in Rockland, where you will split the heavens of Long Island and resurrect your living human Jesus from the superhuman tomb. I'm with you in Rockland, where there are 25,000 mad comrades all together singing the final stanzas of the International. I'm with you in Rockland, where we hug and kiss the United States under our bedsheets, the United States that coughs all night and won't let us sleep. I'm with you in Rockland, where we wake up electrified out of the coma by our own souls, airplanes roaring over the roof. They've come to drop angelic bombs. The hospital illuminates itself. Imaginary walls collapse. Oh, skinny legions run outside. Oh, star-spangled shock of mercy, the eternal war is here. Oh, victory, forget your underwear. We're free. I'm with you. Rockland, in my dreams, you walk dripping from a sea journey on the highway across America, in tears,
to the door of my cottage in the western night.
The world is holy, the soul is holy, the skin is holy, the nose is holy, the tongue and cock and hand and asshole holy, everything is holy, everybody's holy, everywhere is holy, every day is an eternity, every man's an angel. The bomb's as holy as the seraphim. The madman is holy, as you, my soul, are holy. The typewriter is holy, the poem is holy, the voice is holy, the hearers are holy, the ecstasy is holy. Holy Peter, Holy Alan, Holy Solomon, Holy Lucian, Holy Kerouac, Holy Hunky, Holy Burroughs, Holy Cassidy, Holy the unknown boggart and suffering beggars, Holy the hideous human angels. Holy my mother in the insane asylum. Holy the cocks of the grandfathers of Kansas. Holy the groaning saxophone. Holy the pop apocalypse. Holy the jazz bands, marijuana, hipsters, peace, peyote pipes and drums. Holy the solitudes of skyscrapers and pavements. Holy the cafeterias filled with the millions. Holy the mysterious rivers of tears under the streets. Holy the lone juggernaut. Holy the bass lamb of the middle class. Holy the lazy shepherds of rebellion. Who digs Los Angeles is Los Angeles. Holy New York, Holy San Francisco, Holy Peoria and Seattle, Holy Paris, Holy Tangiers, Holy Moscow, Holy Istanbul, Holy, holy time in eternity, Holy eternity in time, Holy the clocks in space, Holy the fourth dimension, Holy the fifth international, Holy the angel in Moloch, Holy the sea, Holy the desert, Holy the railroad, holy the locomotive, holy the visions, holy the hallucination, holy the miracle, holy the eyeball, holy the abyss, holy forgiveness, mercy, charity, faith, holy ours, bodies, suffering, magnanimity, holy, the supernatural, extra brilliant, intelligent kindness of the soul.
Holy Lucian, Holy Kerouac, Holy Hunky, Holy Burroughs, Holy Cassidy, Holy Gregory, Holy the unknown buzzard and suffering beggars, Holy the hideous human angels, Holy my mother in the insane asylum, Holy the cocks of the grandfathers of Kansas, Holy the golden saxophone, Holy the bop apocalypse, Holy the jazz bands, marijuana, hipsters, peace and junk.